Welcome to Talking Crew, a unofficial Motley Crue podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Humphrey, where I talk all things in the world of Motley Crue. This is episode 30 this week, Motley Crue's Rock and Ring live review. But first, this week in Motley news, not a whole lot of it. Motley Crue announced that they will play Saturday, August the 17th. Lucas Oil Live, which I'm kind of guessing is a concert series. Not really sure. I'm kind of guessing there. At Windstar World Casino and Resort in Thickerville, Oklahoma. There is an article that came out yesterday on UltimateClassicRock.com. It's an article about Michael Monroe, who was the lead singer of the band Hanoi Rocks. Now he does a solo thing. Talking about how he met Vince Neil of Motley Crue backstage during the stadium tour in London. He said that he's never met Vince before since the car wreck, and he was talking about how you could tell Vince still carries that burden on him, thinks about it all the time. If you know what I'm talking about, Vince got in a car wreck back in '84. Razzle, the drummer of Hanoi Rocks, was riding shotgun. Vince gets in a bad car wreck. He actually, Razzle dies that night in Vince's arms. Vince has said it before in a lot of interviews. He still thinks about this stuff today. So Michael wrote Vince this heartfelt letter, sent it to Nikki, and then Nikki passed it along. So yeah, great article. Check it out. It's on UltimateClassicRock.com. Can't miss it. It's really good. Also, Mick Mars is in the news. He's already talking about recording a second solo album. He says it's going to include more blues kind of songs, which is kind of what I expected this first album to be, kind of like the song Bittersweet, but it's more of a new rock sound. I will do a podcast, or an episode, I should say, of the album, The Other Side of Mars, way down the road. So stay tuned to that. Other than that, that's it in Motley news. Like I said, not a whole lot going on. The band's been kind of quiet. Even ex-members have been kind of quiet. So let's get right into this week's episode. This is episode 30, Motley Crue Live Rock and Ring 2005 review. This week's episode, I thought it would be fun to talk about a concert during the Red, White, and Crue Better Live Than Dead tour of Europe. It's a festival show that the band took part of. I'm saving the timeline for next week's episode, so I'm going to save the timeline. So let's go right into info and facts. Rock and Ring is a German word for rock in the ring, or rock at the ring. The festival takes place usually the first week of June. It's been going on since 1985, and it goes on till to this day. I looked at some of the artists on 1985, and the band from Dublin, Ireland, a band called U2, was one of the headliners of those shows. It takes place in Nürburgring, I hope I said that right, which is a racetrack in Nuremberg, Germany. The festival was presented by MTV of Europe and actually aired on MTV Europe. It's a 3-day festival. This one took place June the 3rd through June the 5th of 2005. So kind of give you a little bit of idea of this festival, especially this day, 2005. On day one, Papa Roach played. Slipknot, Maroon 5, Green Day, and REM was actually the headliner of day one. Day two, it was Slayer, our boys Motley Crue, Marilyn Manson, and Iron Maiden was the headliner. Day three was Three Doors Down, Mudvayne, Billy Idol, and Velvet Revolver. So you kind of get a mix mash of all kinds of different artists. I would love to go see Rock and Ring Like I said during some of the past episodes when I talked about the Castle Donington Monsters of Rock tour, this would be another one I'd love to go see. I think a Hellfest as well. That would be cool to go see. So yeah, you guys rock out there in Germany. So this one was the Motley Crue show, June the 4th, 2005. Uh, so let's talk about the show. But first, we're going to talk about the stage a little bit. The stage is a stack of amps on each side of Tommy, beside his drum kit. On each side of his drum kit, I should say. There's a circus tent in the background, kind of hanging right behind him. Awesome camera angles. It's professionally filmed because, like I said, they actually aired it on MTV Europe. The band plays almost an hour. Uh, Now, they brought in as much as they could of the Red, White, and Crew / Better Live Than Dead tour stage. Not all of it, but a good portion of it. And they brought all the bells and whistles. So you'll find out here in a second. Alright, so now let's talk about the actual show. Song number 1 is Shout at the Devil. The band kind of takes the stage as fire's going off. Then they go right into it. The energy from the band and the crowd is incredible. Song number 2 is Live Wire. They go right into this one. Don't even talk. Just go right into it. It's the icon song, like I've said before. Absolutely fantastic. Song number 3 is Wild Side. They go straight into this one as well. Awesome performance. Wild Side. It never gets old hearing that song live. Song number 4 is Louder Than Hell. Absolutely love hearing this song with tons of fire. Fantastic. It's so good. Louder Than Hell. I wish they would bring this back into the set list for this tour. If you guys are watching John 5, Vince, Tommy, Nikki, bring back Louder Than Hell. Song number 5 is Girls, Girls, Girls. Vince introduces this one. We have the girl dancers show up for the first time, and I'll talk more about them in next week's episode. They come out and they start dancing. Great crowd reaction. Fantastic live performance. Song number 6 that they do is Dr. Feelgood. Crowd goes insane. The band is absolutely on fire on this one. Absolutely amazing. Song number 7 is Looks That Kill. They go straight into this one. Fantastic live as always. It's so good. Song number 8 is Red Hot. Nikki introduces this one. Love this song live. Again, here's another song I'd love for them to add into this year's set list. There's lots of fire. The band sounds amazing. And then there's pyro as well. Song number 9 is Primal Scream. Nikki starts this one. Such a great song live. I love it. It's so good. Song number 10 is Sick Love Song. Vince introduces this one as the new song off the Red, White, and Crew album. This song works so good live. Again, here's another song I'd love for them to come back with. Sick Love Song. Absolutely amazing live. Song number 11 is Kickstart My Heart. They just go straight into this one. The song never gets old live for me. The band and the crowd and the energy is outstanding. Tons of pyro, tons of fire. Nikki smashes his bass at the end, and then Vince says, "We're Motley effing Crue." And then you think the show's over, and then song number 12, Anarchy in the UK. Nikki says they don't want us to play one more, but F them, we're going to do one more. So they go right into the song. The girls are back, dancing and actually fire breathing. Mighty Mike, who again I'll talk more about next week, shows up. He's riding on a unicycle. He's juggling bowling pins, all kinds of cool stuff going on throughout this song. Absolutely fantastic. I love it. It's so freaking good. Then at the end of the song, Vince says, "We're Motley effing Crue. Thank you, good night, and God bless." Now, I meant to mention this before I got started on this, talking about the show, is I will post the show in the comment section down below so you can check it out. If you've never seen this before, definitely check it out. So, that's the show. The band takes a bow and leaves the stage. If you've noticed the set list is very heavy. A lot of bangers, no slow songs, no Home Sweet Home, no Don't Go Away Mad, not even the Same Old Situation. They kind of kept it on the heavy side, which is awesome because, like I said, you had Slayer come on before them. You got Marilyn Manson coming on after them, which I almost have. I think John 5 was in Marilyn Manson around this time. I could be wrong. Write me a comment down below and let me know. And then, of course, the headliners were Iron Maiden. So, yeah, they kind of had to keep it on the heavy side. So, being the Motley Crue fanboy I am, of course, I did a breakdown for you. Off the Too Fast for Love album, they play one song. Off of the Shout at the Devil album, they play 3 songs. Off of Theater of Pain, they only play 1. Off of Girls, 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 they actually play 2 songs. Dr. Feelgood, they only play 2 songs. Again, they didn't play Don't Go Away Mad or Same Old Situation. Decade of Decadence, they play 2 songs. And the Red, White, and Crew album, they play 1 song. 7 albums are represented in this show, which is awesome. So that's that part. Homework this week. Have you seen this before? Write me a comment down below. Let me know. And homework question number 2. Was you there? Where's all my Germany Motley Crue fans at? Were you there at this show? Write me a comment down below. And that's it for this week's episode. It's actually kind of a short one. Next week is episode 31, Motley Crue's Carnival of Sins live DVD part 1. I'm saying part 1 because Motley Crue released Carnival of Sins, the DVD, and then later they released Motley Crue's Carnival of Sins, the live album. And so the live album will be part 2, but we're going to start with part 1, and that is the DVD, and that will be next week. If you know anybody that is a Motley Crue fan, send them this way. Hit that share button, copy the link, and send it to them. Tell them to go on Google, Firefox, YouTube, Facebook, Internet Explorer, Windows 98. I don't know what else is out there. Tell them type in Talking Crew. All the episodes will pop up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button in case you haven't subscribed already. Give me a thumbs up. That helps out the podcast a whole lot. And that's it for this week. I will see you guys next Friday. And you just took a ride on the wild side.